Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto content, and today we are going to be discussing Albt or Alliance Block, as it is hitting my demand zone levels in terms of pretty much aping in, if you will. I've talked about this one quite a bit on my channel. This one is an incredible project overall. Only 215 million in circulation, 1 billion in total circulation, and I believe that this one could easily do a 10 to 100x in terms of price. So let's jump into this overall. So I've been talking about this one since it was even up here in these high 40s, high 30s, and now I mentioned that we could see much lower, so hold off on the buys. I mentioned that if we could buy back down in these levels, that's incredible, because we do know that the all-time high is about like 94 cents almost. That's the current all-time high. So once we pass that all-time high and go into price discovery, that would be massive. And I know that you guys are probably wondering, why am I using this chart instead of TradingView? There's no TradingView chart for this asset, considering the fact that it's not on major markets yet. It's only on Uniswap, Liquid, and Bitfinex, and also Balancer. So we do have to wait until some major exchanges list Alliance Block, which I don't think that that's not going to be too longer from now, because we know that ALBT is a massive project. We've talked about it briefly. We've talked about what it's doing and what it can do. So yeah, I think that it's just a volume problem right now in terms of price. As we see, the volume in 24 hours is only like 1.3 million almost, which is insane compared to most projects. But this one is solid. We've discussed it. We've talked about it. This price that we're seeing right now is extremely undervalued, and I think that, like I said, it could definitely do 100x to get us to that $20 range. So let's talk more about Alliance Block. Let's talk about what I think is going to be happening very soon. So first, we come down here. We talked about the partners and supporters. Quant, Chainlink as well. There's a few overall partnerships that I love, especially the Hedera Hashgraph one. As I've been talking about Hedera Hashgraph for quite some time, we do see Binance Smart Chain as well. This project is still kind of undervalued because it's not getting mainstream publicity. We do see it in the media. It's nothing too crazy. A feature of investment banking as well. And I've discussed this one. I've talked about it. I've told you guys about it. This one is going to do incredible things, and I just can't believe that we're at these small price points that we're at right now, because I've mentioned these prices are like aping valued prices. But we do see what Quant and also Alliance Block are doing. The partnership allows Alliance Block to offer Quant Network's over-ledger solution to blockchain and non-blockchain companies, and I've just done a video on that, discussing the correlation between Hbar and XRP and why I think that Quant's going to basically bridge them together. Now, when we talk about Alliance Block, we always discuss the project initiative down here. Where was it actually? I believe that it's in, I think it might be in their use cases, yes. So when we talk about Alliance Block in correlation to, for an example, Hbar or even XRP, we talk about this simplifying cross-border activity, because that's when we get into the idea that it is going to be regulating and pretty much making sure that all cross-border payments are pretty much compliant, if you will. And that's why we see here, right? You see, however, asset managers now face expanding regulations from global authorities, forcing them to either limit cross-border activity or expend significant resources to meet the burden. This in turn results in higher fees passed on to investors or limiting the activity across domiciles. Now, again, I just want to open the, let's open the main page of Alliance Block, and let's come down to what they're doing with Hedera. So one second. So this is the Hedera Hashgraph reasoning before or for the partnership. We see Hedera Hashgraph is the most used enterprise-grade public network for the decentralized economy. Alliance Block and Hedera Hashgraph will join forces to advance the global financial ecosystem through DeFi solutions, aimed at further enhancing interoperability and achieving Alliance Block's ambition to become blockchain agnostic. The Alliance Block will use the Hedera Consensus Service, HCS, which we just figured out that HCS is actually using Quant's ledger technology or hyperledger technology, which is most likely the correlation between Quant being partnered with Alliance Block, which acts as a trust layer for any application or permissioned network and allows for the creation of an immutable and verifiable log of messages governed by a set of validators. The open source Alliance bridge aims to increase Alliance Block's cross-chain capabilities. Applied to the Alliance bridge, HCS plays the important role of synchronizing its validators and increasing transparency due to its unique ability to guarantee the fair ordering of transactions in addition, the Hedera token service HTS will be integrated into Alliance Block's trustless KYC or Know Your Customer product, a decentralized identity solution, bringing new compliance layer to the Hedera ecosystem and increasing confidence in DeFi opportunities amongst institutional players. So this is what I was talking about, right? This overall, compliance layer that we've been discussing a little bit here and there. If we come down here, we could actually see that layer. So here's that compliance layer. This is that cross-border regulatory compliance layer. And we do see here multiple international jurisdictions regulations are dynamically written into machine logic within the smart contract. All actions within the network will be pre-authorized and automatically compliant at all times. Regulatory amendments are validated by oracles acting as proof of authority nodes. So this, in order for a Hedera hashgraph to do cross-border payments as well, because it will be doing cross-border payments considering the CBDC and stuff like that, it needs Alliance Block. That is why I'm heavily investing in Alliance Block and also Hedera hashgraph. I can't heavily invest in Quant. I'm just going to be completely honest with you. It is at like $70 plus, so I've already accumulated at $30 plus. But it is an incredible project overall because Quant is also leveraging this entire network to really run in this way. So we could also see Chainlink is here. Chainlink is also doing incredible things with Alliance Block. Again, for Hedera hashgraph and for most assets, like for an example, even XRP and Ripple, I'm not gonna lie and say Ripple is going to be on here like very soon, but I wouldn't doubt it in terms of being added on here because at this point, it just makes sense, especially for what it's going to be doing. So this entire cross-border regulatory compliance layer is key for Hedera hashgraph, for Hbar, or for XRP and Ripple overall as well. So let's look more into this. So this is the big problem. Again, regulations are put in place to protect investors, and this is a big key component. This is what we're dealing with right now in terms of the market. Even for XRP, we just seen Mark Cuban get rug pulled, which is absolutely hysterical. But he is asking for regulations to be put in place so that it doesn't happen again or happen to other individuals. But listen, at the end of the day, regulations for most people is a scary topic for crypto. For me personally, I think regulations are needed, and I think that it's going to be great, especially for the overall value that it's going to add, because regulations need to be put in place for institutional buyers and institutional investors to even get in this game, as well as for governments and federal levels to really be implemented as well. So I think that it's actually a very good thing to actually have. So we already know the problem. The problem is, here that there are several pertinent roadblocks in the way of dealing with this properly and making compliance efficient but affordable, which again, it's all affordable here. But we do see here the lines for non-compliance for this and other regulations continues to rise. Financial services firms have been hit with over $36 billion in fines since the financial crisis. So we do see that it's adding up in terms for these problems for regulations and stuff like that. Again, XRP is a perfect example of this. We do see, finally, the industry has largely failed to keep up with technological trends. Processes are often manual, with many still required to be done by hand or on paper, and expertise can be concentrated on one or a few individuals who head up the compliance department. Now, we do see here that this is the challenge. We could actually kind of see digitization of assets have been attempted by other blockchain projects. These are various issues with current and proposed offerings. So these are why Alliance Block is basically being brought in. We see competing blockchain standards and lack of interoperability in many cases being built from a crypto-first perspective, which immediately precludes institutional participation owing to the failure to meet compliance and regulatory requirements. Like I said, this entire compliance and regulatory framework is very key for institutional buyers and institutional participation overall. The attitude towards and various standards adopted by different jurisdictions with regards to digitization and blockchain, which makes cross-border activity impossible for many institutions and asset classes. Now, here's the challenge. I'm not going to read it fully, but we do see how can we reduce the financial burden to companies in meeting this regulatory oversight. And then here's the solution. The Alliance Block Protocol is built upon 3 layers. And again, that CBRCL, the cross-border regulatory compliance layer, is key. It will ensure the product and fund distribution as well as marketing compliance is simplified by making authorized issuances and trades available only to relevant issuers and investors. So this is going to be incredible, especially here with like Know Your Customer and Anti-Money Laundering AML and Due Diligence DD. It's going to be massive, especially for cross-border transactions and stuff. And this is what really puts Hedera Hashgraph ahead of XRP as well, because it already has this cross-border compliance in place because it is a key partner of Alliance Block. So listen, I'm invested in both projects, Hedera Hashgraph and XRP. I'm not going to be a cult follower and be like, all right, well, I can only be invested in XRP or stuff. Absolutely not. Alliance Block, I've seen the value in Alliance Block. I mentioned to you guys right now, like these prices will not be these prices in a year. You look back on these prices and you'll probably laugh because at the moment, this price is absolutely bullish for me to just go all in. Because listen, I know what ALBT is going to be doing. We've already talked about it. Massive use cases overall. Even if we come here to the About section and go to use cases, just look at overall what these use cases are. Simplifying cross-border activity, regulated securities offerings, compliant decentralized open finance solution, fund distribution, regulated digitized derivatives, compliant P2P lending for institutional clients as well. Also, these regulated securities offerings are also a big key component of Alliance Block. So yeah, I mean, I'm very bullish on Alliance Block. I think that at some point in time, this could definitely do 100x. It would not surprise me at all. I mentioned so many times that Alliance Block is a $1,000 asset at the end of the day, and I really do believe that it is a $1,000 asset at the end of the day, because when it's moving so much money across these borders by being basically the compliant layer, if you will, that's a huge role to play. But we definitely do need more volume. I've been stacking on Uniswap. For anybody who wants to stack on Uniswap, it's very easy. All you have to do is get Coinbase Pro, or just Coinbase Wallet, I mean. On Coinbase, all you have to do is deposit USDC and buy Uniswap with USDC instead of USDT or wrapped Ethereum, because you can. So yeah, if anybody needs help, definitely reach out to me on Twitter or on my Discord. If you guys do enjoy this video, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on. If you guys do want more free content, you guys can follow me on Twitter at NCashOfficial. You guys could also join the free Discord down in the description below. This has been Nick. I hope you guys are all having a beautiful day or a beautiful night, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. Peace out.